let's just get kicking. Arsenal, monumental collapse or just a bump on the road? We saw what happened yesterday. For me, it was pathetic and it was abysmal from the entire Arsenal squad. Playing a Wolves side, with all due respect to Wolves, sitting on the bottom, bottom position of the EPL table with 9 points. 9 points. I think yesterday's results made them earn or gain 10 points. Please, someone correct me if I'm wrong. But Arsenal sitting at the top end of the table. Yesterday was an opportunity to extend the lead to 7 points from the chasing pack, who is Pep being the one leading the chasing pack, which is Man City being the team closest to Arsenal. Opportunity to extend it to 7 points with a game in hand over Man City. But yesterday was something else. I don't have the right adjective to describe yesterday. But let me allow you guys. Udoka, you want to go first?
Guys, thank you very much. I mean, when I saw that game yesterday, even before the game, right, I told a friend of mine, I said, look, this is a major banana peel for Arsenal. And we know how Arsenal can be. This is the Arsenal of the old. Like I keep telling people, you never can tell the Arsenal that will turn up in any particular game. And the Arsenal we saw yesterday reminded me of Arsene Wenger's Arsenal when he was getting to the period he was about to leave. The Arsenal that played with fear, the Arsenal that played without cohesion, the Arsenal that played without any form of direction. And for God's sake, why in the world is Mikel Arteta trying out new things? Has he run out of players? Why are you trying out new things? Why are you putting players in different positions that we don't even understand? What in the world is happening with Mikel Arteta? Is he hungry for failure or hungry for success? And are these boys mentally and mature in their brains? It's disheartening watching Arsenal because 3 seasons in a row, for God's sake, how now? Who swear for Arsenal like this? It's terrible, to be honest. Hi.
It is actually.
Raposo.
Man.
Yeah, so I would say, firstly, I remember the last, like one of the early podcasts we had, I think it was early this year or maybe late last year. I said something that Arteta has to be very ruthless this season if he's going to win anything. And that ruthlessness is what is costing him. He's not doing that. So, for example, I don't see why you sign someone like Norgard, an experienced captain. He's been in the EPL for so many years, and you know what the guy brings to the table. We've seen him play, centre back, and other games when he plays, he brings a bit of calmness to the midfield, always on forward passes. He gets his tackles right. Nothing stops us now. Nothing stops Arteta from, bringing him yesterday. So, for example, when we went down with a goal, Zubimendi, is a very lovely midfielder. Do you understand? But when you have the pace of the EPL, you can never expect someone like Zubimendi to I'll say cope, in some particular games for back-to-back sessions. So he's been playing well. But you need to know as a coach that, you know what? We are at 65 minutes. Okay, you know what? Zubimendi come out. Norgard, all I need you to do is, you know the drill. You are EPL proven. You know what we are doing. We are 2-1 up. Allow Declan Rice, get the ball more. Whether you want to see the old Saka thing that he tried out, to me, I feel that what they were trying to do was not to play Saka as a 10, but to play him as a supporting striker to Joe Perez. That's what I feel, because that's what I would have expected. Saka has the ability to hold the ball, get free kicks for us. We've seen him do that in those central areas. But with the way we played yesterday, I said something to someone yesterday night. I said, see, we can say, mentality this, mentality that. We can blame the coach. Do you understand? But the players themselves, as I am now, we also, all of us have businesses. See what we are doing here, your podcast. There should be a bit of passion to what you're doing. You don't come on the pitch, you're leading 2-0 to Wolves, they score 1 goal. You don't just regress yourself and let yourself down and cost yourself with little errors. Some people were blaming Calafiori yesterday, and I'm like, why are you blaming Calafiori? Do you understand? He has come onto the pitch to do his job. The person we should be blaming, number one, obviously the coach. Timber was not in that game after a while. Put in Ben White. Get your attacking runs out. Take out Zubimendi. Put in Nogard. We have players that can do this. You understand? He's been too rigid with the way he does his substitution most of the time. He's someone I really like, and But when it's time to speak about Daniel Alpha, when it's time to speak about these things, we need to be very sincere with ourselves. Someone like Saliba, for example, the guy has been saying it since the beginning of the season. Now, man, whatever we're going to do, we need to win silverware. Major trophies have to come. The mentality is there with the guys, but I really don't know what actually just makes them shoot themselves in the foot at the wrong period. Another person we really need to talk to, is Raya. I really don't know what his problem is. Raya.
Do you guys think Raya should be benched? Because if you look
I don't think he should be benched. No, I'm not saying he should be benched, but
if you look at Kepa, if you look at Kepa, sorry for interjecting, but if you see Kepa in the cup competitions, he's been a steady Eddie, right? We've not seen apart from the first FA Cup match that we played. I can't remember who we played before we played Wigan. I know the goal Portsmouth scored.
Yeah,
it was an error. I think that was the only error he's made because he was supposed to save the ball sideways, but he saved the ball back into the 18-yard box.
Yeah, into the 18-yard.
And the Portsmouth striker scored. I think in the Carabao Cup and also in the FA Cup, that is the only error that I've seen Kepa made. But now, when squeaky bum time, right? 10 games or 11 games to go, the pressure is really piling. And seeing what Raya did yesterday, shouldn't I don't know who mentioned ruthless, Raposo or Udoka. I don't know, someone mentioned ruthless.
I did.
Don't you think Arteta needs to be ruthless at this time?
Okay, so just for me to conclude, so every other person can say something. Firstly, I wouldn't bench Raya because the quality is there, is different. What Raya brings to our team is way different from what Kepa brings into our team. But the only problem I have with him, and he has done it twice this season, that has cost us, against Sunderland and yesterday, communicate, be vocal. You don't expect defenders to read your mind. David Gabriel was, that was in front of you.
Bracken.
All you need to do is, hey, Gabi, or whatever it is you call him, Doc, let me catch the ball.
Tranquilo.
Against Sunderland, the same thing he did. It was very clear against Sunderland that Gabi would have contested for that ball with Brobbey. And if Brobbey had gotten that ball, he already had an high foot. Do you understand? That would have been a foul against Gabi. But you came out, and once you do that, the referee gives you no chance because it's your zone. You are the keeper. Once you come out, the best thing you can do is punch it out. Punch the ball. You don't need to try to catch. He did the same thing against Brentford. It almost cost him, where he caught the ball like 2 times before he was able to handle it properly. So I don't really know what was going through his mind because I was seeing some reports yesterday that himself and Gabi had like an extra maybe argument in the dressing room, which I would have expected. I would have expected that because if I'm
punch
Gabi,
each other in the face.
Punch
each other in the face.
You need to fight. If you don't fight, you don't you don't go to the next game as winners. If you want to win this thing, you need to start setting something straight. So whether the coach makes some subs or not, that's on him. But the players on the pitch at that moment, you need to give your all. Another person I'm getting fed up with, because I really like him, is Eze. I don't care about you giving assist against Wigan and all that rubbish. I don't care. Wigan is a big thing.
Scoring a hat-trick against
Do you understand?
Spurs.
You scored a hat-trick against Tottenham. Yeah, Arteta decided to bench you after the whole Aston Villa thing. Let's put it that way. But you've been given chances to play. Yesterday, now he came in, he was lackluster. The chance he had in the box 18, when I think, was it Calafiori or Incapi, gave him a square play. Nothing stopped Eze from holding that ball with his left leg and taking a shot on target. He shot the ball one time, you understand? And before you knew it, those guys came on the counter. That was what actually cost the goal. But the goal yesterday, to me, it's hanging on Raya's head. I really have no reason for why he did that thing. Until today, I keep saying, like, I'm always trying to, like, wrap my head around it. And I really don't know I don't know how to explain it, but it was really bad. But just for me to wrap up my own end before other guys come in, it's a bump in the road, no problem. I said something last week. I said even if it's a point, you understand. If we're leading the league with a point, I'm still behind them. I have no issues with them, but they should understand that they are the players. We are the fans. All we can do now is to get behind them. Even the fans at the stadium, they need to get more vocal. They need to start, gingering these guys. Football is not all about, the players when it gets to some particular stage in this thing. We've seen what City fans have done, carrying their team. You understand? When they are at this particular period, we need to step in. Arsenal fans are too reactionary. I'm sorry to say that. We are too reactionary. And we need to get behind them. Yes, we know they messed up, no doubt. But we've seen what these guys are capable of. All we need to do is come behind them, let them understand that mentally, if you fail, you fucked us up totally. So you need it more. You are the ones that are going to have the medals. We are going to have the memories. You are also going to have the memories. It's been a good run all through. Let us get there. Don't let us think like, oh, we are doing well in the Champions League and we now regress in the league. No, we need everything we can get at this point. So I'm sure we'll still come back to my own side, but let's our other guys.
Yeah. So Udoka, I know you wanted to react to when I came in about Kepa taking over Raya. Is Raya beginning to become a soft target in this Arsenal team?
Mostly, I would blame Mikel Arteta for everything happening with Arsenal at the moment, right? Now, talking about Raya and Kepa, if the manager was a Jose Mourinho, you already know what the result would be in the next game, or rather what the selection would look like in the next game. You've tried Kepa I don't even know who brought up this logic of using your second goalkeeper for cup games alone and using your number one goalkeeper for the EPL games. Come on. Whoever brought up that analogy, it is totally crap for me, right? We did Lent. I'd have used a curse word, but we're in the Lenten period. So this is the luck. This is the luck they have. If not, I'd have gone all out. Now, Raya is capable of errors, right? Drop him on the bench. Because what is happening to Raya right now is overconfidence. He knows that nobody's going to stop him from playing in the EPL. Kepa is a cup game player. So switch it up. Let Kepa run 2-3 games in the EPL and see how he performs. See how he leads the team from the back and drop Raya to the cup games. And trust me, if Raya gets to the cup games, we just might crash out of whatever competition we're going to play in. But Mikel Arteta needs to stop being sentimental. Look at this one, 3-0 in favor of Nottingham Forest against Fenerbahce. VAR check. Right. So, great to even have a lineup back in the squad to playing in this game. I wonder why they do well in the Europa Cup and they look like they're going to get relegated in the EPL. All right. So, back to Kepa Raya matter, right? I would like to drop Raya on the bench and start a Kepa. So, Mikel Arteta needs to be ruthless, like you said earlier. He needs to take certain decisions. He needs to be courageous to drop players. Now, who said you cannot drop the likes of Martin? What in the world is Martinelli still doing in Arsenal? I know he scored some crucial goals for Arsenal, but look, we need hungry people. When the season started, I told a couple of friends this. I said, look, I like the way the squad is built now, and I hope we don't have injury worries going into the season, even towards the end of the season. When the injury started, I was even happy. I said, don't worry, this one day. We had replacements for all of these players, right? But Mikel Arteta was getting it right at first, but later, he capitulated. Now, the Arsenal we have this season is different from the Arsenal we've had in the past 3 seasons. It is no longer about Bukayo Saka. It is no longer about Gabriel Jesus. It is no longer about certain players. We now have players who you can delegate duties to and they will deliver.
Yeah.
There's a problem with Bukayo Saka. He wants to be the star boy. He wants to score. We know. But look, it is no longer about you. Look at what's happening to Mo Salah in Liverpool. Mo Salah thinks it's still about him. Bro, we've gone past that era of everything being about you. The ball doesn't go through Mo Salah anymore. There's a bit there. The other players who can deliver. So play a coordinated team game and watch the magic happen. There was a time we saw a fight between a bust-up between Bukayo Saka and Victor Gyökeres. Victor
Yeah.
Gyökeres knows himself as a beast in the box. All he wants to be done, all he wants is feed me. Just give me this ball. I will bully these people and score these goals. But no, Bukayo Saka wants to dilly-dally, put the ball on his left and score a finesse goal. And he'll be like, yes, Starboy has scored. But look, it is no longer about the time. The earlier these boys get to learn and understand this, the better for them. And we just might be lifting a quadruple this season. If not, you know that popular song, Talo Sopotilo, it's all gone. And believe me, if Arsenal do not win anything major this season, there will be a problem next season because they can never win it again. What it should do to these boys is mental drain. A lot of them will become mentally drained. A lot of them they will want out of the club because they feel the club is very unserious. They would all want out of the club. Then if Arsenal hierarchy know what they're doing, Mikel Arteta is gone. So we start rebuilding. Will it take us another 20 years to look like title challengers again? So I'm begging them, win something, win the EPL, challenge for the what's it called now, Champions League title. At least win two major trophies this season. Then we can know and shut critics up because the Jesus Christ, the bashing I received between yesterday and today, it may make I jump from Third Milan Bridge enter water. But look, we keep going.
Walking into the
we
office
keep going,
today, into the office today, I just had to like psych myself up because I know my guys were waiting for me, right? My guys were waiting. The banter was on another level. And Udoka, you know my Oga now, Bola Kindele.
Yeah,
I see you. He's an Arsenal fan, but he keeps telling me, hey, he's shut up. Stop saying Arsenal will win the league. And yesterday he saw me and he was like, Arsenal will win the league, Abby. You see, you people will drop points today against Wolves. He had a crystal ball in his present or in his front to read what was going to happen, and that was what happened.